Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to look at algebra. Okay, looks like algebra, but we say that algebra. Okay, and I want you to think of algebra as a number puzzle, and one piece of the puzzle is missing. So your job in algebra is to find the exact piece that will fit the puzzle perfectly. Okay, so we're finding that missing number. Now, when we find the missing number, it has to fit perfectly. The missing piece in algebra is often shown using a box. It could be a question mark. It could be a letter like A, B, or C. And here's an example problem for you. A plus 4 equals 9. Now we know we can't add letters and numbers to make a new number, just like we don't add apples and oranges and say that together we get a greater pile of apples. So we have to find out what is A's value, what is it worth, okay? So I want you to think of an expression with the equal sign here. I want you to think of an expression as a balance beam, all right? Where the right side, I'll mark with R, has to equal the left side. So these two sides have to be equal. So we need to find the number value that equals A, add that to 4, so that it has a total of 9. So I can draw a picture, use my picture strategy to help solve this problem here. So I know on this side I have 9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And on this side I have 4, 3, 4. But I have some more here. I just don't know how much. This is the missing piece that you're finding. So I'm going to start with 4, and I'm going to count up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how much is A worth? A is worth 5. That's right. A is worth 5 because 5 plus 4 would be 9 on this side. This would now have a total of 9. And on the right side, we have a total of 9. So we have perfect balance, and that's what we want when we are doing algebraic expressions or equations. Let's go on to another challenge. I've actually got two challenges on the two slides here. So I'm just going to minimize my screen so you can see some of the thinking that's going to take place here. What is the value of B? So I have B here. So once again, here is a balance scale here, and there is where it needs to be balanced. So whatever is on the left side, which is 7, has to equal whatever is on the right side, which is 16 minus B. 16 minus B equals 7. So if I was to go to fact families and think about fact families for a second here, just before we start, I can say that 16 minus B equals 7. That's exactly what we have written up top there. We have 16 minus B equals 7. All I've done is I've just flipped it to the other side. So if I look at my fact families, that's the same as saying 16 minus 7 equals B. All right, because I know that 16, whenever I'm looking at a subtraction problem, the number that comes before the subtraction sign is the largest because we're taking away from that large number. So if I think about my expressions, I know that in subtraction that number is at the beginning, and I know that in addition that number would be at the end. So it would be 7 plus B equals 16, and it could also be B plus 7 equals 16. So that would be my addition, subtraction, fact family. So I could really look at this one here to help me solve this expression, this algebraic expression. I could do 16 minus 7 would give me the value for B, okay? So what I'm going to show you here is how those two can connect, because I know some of you are at the stage where you can use your fact families to solve, and others might still choose to draw a picture. So I'm going to start with 16 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 dots. Now, I want to take away an amount that leaves me with just 7. Okay, so if I just take 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, if I just keep those 7 off to the side, that would represent the 7 that I need to have left over. So how many are not circled? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So here is my 9. There is my value for B. B would equal 9. And if I solved it this way, 16 take away 7, and I used a number line, say a ruler, or I used my mental math strategies, I also would get a value of 9 for B. In our next expression, what is the value of C? So again, I want to make sure that I understand here that the left side has a value of 5, and the right side has to have a value that would equal 5. Now take a look at this expression here. 5c minus 12. So if I'm doing subtraction, c must be the greatest number here. Okay, it's going to be bigger than 12. It's going to be bigger than 12. So c is going to be my largest number. So if it's my largest number, when I think about fact families, if it's my largest number, that means that 5 plus 12 must equal my largest number, which would be C. Okay, so again, I can use this idea of fact families to help me solve algebraic expressions. And 12 plus 5 would equal C. And if I was to do subtraction problems, I would have C take away 12 equals 5. That's what we have up top. And I could do C take away 5 equals 12. So there are my expressions. Okay, so if I'm looking at, let me just grab my pen here. If I'm looking at these expressions down here, I think that either of these two addition members of the fact families would help me find C. Okay, so let's look at C minus 12 and how am I going to get 5? Well, if I know that I can use one of these problems down here, I can do 5 plus 12, and that is going to equal 17. All right, so let's just do a check now. If I have 17 dots, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, and I take away 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I took away these 12, I'm just going to go back to my pen, make it a little bit thinner here. So I'm going to take away these 12. There's my 12 that I'm taking away. How many are left down here? 5, that's right. So C must equal 17. Okay, and if I plug 17 into each of these values for C, it would make every expression equal and balanced. And the last one that I want to show you is another expression here. What is the value of the question mark symbol. Remember at the beginning we said that in an algebraic expression, the missing puzzle piece or the missing piece could be a symbol. So here is a symbol. We have the question mark. What's it going to be? So I know that I have the expression here, 28 equals something plus 16. That's the same, boys and girls, as me saying 28 is equal to 16 plus a question mark, okay? So they mean the same thing. So I could really start at 16 on a number line. I could start at 16 on a number line here, and I could just count up. And we could use our leapfrog strategy here to count up. So 16, so if I went to a friendly number by adding 4, that would get me to 20. That would get me to 20. And then if I wanted to get to 28, I would add 8 more. And so altogether, I've added 4 and 8, which is a total of 12. So the missing number in this case would be 12. Now, just to show you that as a fact family, because I always want to come back to these fact families. They're going to be so important to help you understand so much of our math. We have 28 equals question mark plus 16. We have, oh, I am sorry, let's get this out of here. There we go. And we have 28 equals 16 plus question mark. And we can also take these facts and we can do our subtraction fact family members. So I could say that 28 minus 16 equals question mark, and 28 minus question mark equals 16. So these are all the members of our fact family that we could have used here to find 12. Okay, so we could have even gone and used our subtraction strategy here as well, and that would have been an effective one, a quick effective one if you're comfortable with your fact families for finding the missing value in an expression. I hope this helps you, boys and girls. Just remember that you can always draw out pictures. Doesn't always have to be a guessing game. There are different strategies that you can use, and I hope that you take the time to apply these strategies during your lessons this week. Good luck and have fun.